Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Bonsoir tout le monde. Welcome to another episode of Poetry and Perspective with Placide. I am your kind hostess, Cindy Placide. It is always a pleasure to be here in your presence. It is always a pleasure to bring to you, my viewers, the most exciting, the most amazing shows, the most informative shows. And so tonight is no different. But before I continue, let me give you a little introduction for the benefit of those of you who do not know. I am from the beautiful, beautiful Caribbean island of St. Lucia, and I'm bigging up all St. Lucia Massive from Piero, from Viewfort, from Buns, from Labrie, from Sozel, Castries, everywhere. I'm bigging up everybody from my beautiful Caribbean island of St. Lucia. Also, from the other Caribbean islands, St. Vincent, Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, Martinique, Barbados, Grenada, all of our chain of islands. Welcome to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. A pleasant good night to you guys. Those who are watching from Europe, from the UK, from Asia, from Africa, especially in Ghana, Nigeria, welcome. All my resilient risers from all over the world who are watching it. I say welcome to you to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. Listen, guys, um, the the slogan for this show is "Let Your Voice Be Heard." And for the benefit of you, those of you who are joining me for the first time, I am Confident Cindy Placid. I am first a woman, a mother, an entrepreneur. I'm a poet, advocate, and I am a three-time published author of poetry books. Okay, and my poetry books, the first book I wrote, of course, was my first book called "When Life Stood in Silence." Let me see if I can find it. I'm always having the trouble. Always try without trouble with this, but my first book is entitled When Life Stood in Silence. Makaki this what me saying. When Life Stood in Silence. And that book was born from grief and from loss. Let me see if I can find it, guys. Moi toujours kind of fair problem. Yes, that book was born from grief and from loss. So and I'm not going to say too much about it. It is where I poured my heart into everything I went through, and then some. And it's a very powerful book, very sought after book. And if you haven't gotten a copy of my book, on the screen, on the tick at the bottom, you see the places where you can get my work. Okay, I'm also my second book is A Mighty Calm, and it is an uprising from the grief, from the loss, and to find my confidence, find myself, know my resilience, know my potential, and to tap into it. And my third book is When What the Skies Told Me. And What the Skies Told Me is definitely an amazing book as well. It is very a deep book. It just helps you to just reflect on life and the blessings and what you can and can't accomplish, and just enjoy life and appreciate it for what it is. I am an advocate for autism. I advocate for mental health illness and suicide. I advocate for dwarfism, domestic violence. I advocate for breast cancer, just a host of things that I bring awareness to. But my passion is mental health and suicide, domestic violence, autism, and dwarfism. So if for any reason you have any of those topics you want to bring awareness to, or anything that is concerning, you bring awareness to, you reach out to me, and my information is on there. Rise to Prosperity 615 at gmail.com. You can send me an email and let me know that you want to come on the show. Okay. Good night, Lisa Jean Baptiste. How are you, darling? I would like to say that on this show we do not get into the in-depth of politics and religion. Everything has its place. So it's okay to mention certain things, but we are not getting into the in-depth of politics and religion on the show. I want it to be fun, exciting, and I want it to be drama free. Also, I also wanted to let you guys know that the mission statement for this show is like I said, we allow our guests voices to be heard as we honestly and respectfully tell its story, intending to inspire, motivate, and empower others through shared experiences. Okay, so with that said, I just want you guys to take a moment before I continue to please share this live. You all my lives have something valuable that you can benefit from. So please share this live. Uh, please share this live. Subscribe to my channel, to my page. Actually, am I saying it right? I'm not sure, but subscribe to my channel or my page, and you can. It will be very such such well, I'm mixing my word. It will be so kind of you to give me some stars, okay? Because it allows me to continue what I'm doing. Because I'm telling you all, it is I've reached a lot of people with the show, and be kind enough to show that you appreciate what I'm doing here to by sending some stars, okay? So with that said, guys, tonight we have a very, very, very special guest. He's very my dear friend is there to me. And my guest tonight, guys, my guest tonight is no stranger to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. And he is very famous in St. Lucia. Very famous in St. Lucia. He's well known, he's well respected in the community. And I know him growing up, okay? I didn't know that my friend was gonna be in a matter of fact, I just want to say this, the profession that the things that he's doing now, these are some of the things that I saw myself doing, especially he's the enforcement profession. So I just wanted to put that out there. So without further ado, let me welcome my guest, Mr. Calix Kakal Xavier, better known as Kakal. So take the stage, my friend. Good night.
Hello, good day, everyone. I am very pleased to be on this program, Poetry and Perspective. I want to thank you, Miss Cindy Placide, for giving me the opportunity to be on your show. Um, I want to introduce myself, and sometimes people do not look at me as what I'm going to say. I am, first of all, the son of the Most High. I am a father, I'm a husband, and I'm also a concerned St. Lucian. Before I could say that I'm a police officer, I am a entertainer, and also I assist my wife in her real estate company. So
Beautiful.
there is also the human aspect that persons need to understand. Before all that, I am the Most High Son. I am a father, I'm a husband, and I'm also a concerned St. Lucian. I love my country.
Man, man, I love that. I love that. Sometimes when we see people, doing so many in so many different aspects of, doing so many things in the community and touching on so many different aspects, we don't think about the humanity side of it. This is the person, this is the father, this is somebody who see things happening in the community and want to lend a hand. Okay. So,
Exactly.
and it really took me aback when you said that you were doing real estate as well. And we talked about that the last time that you were on the show. And I really, really want to hear a little bit more about the real estate. But before we start, let's pump up the viewers a little bit. Let's give them a little something.
Okay. Well, I have a calypso this year that I'm supposed to sing. Unfortunately, I was supposed to attend the last show on Friday. I was not doing too well. I don't know, that flu give me some boxing. So I stayed in, but hopefully by next Saturday I'll be on stage performing this calypso. So that's the first place I'm gonna give a little bit of the lyrics. So it goes like this. And I still have the flu. So
Okay.
it's the it's the year of infrastructure. They trying to fool St. Lucia. Cause election is round the corner. To finish the roads and the hospital, they need plenty material. So I came up with a new business proposal. Ba 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 dam dam. I will buy a quarry ba, ba, da, to help them save them construction companies. Ba, da, ba, da. So if you look down in view fort, there is a deep empty water pot. That is for a quarry. That is for a quarry. If you drive Latok, congestion with them big trucks, that is for a curry. That is for a curry. I will buy some land at Bonanza to put my batch to load up some sand. That is for a quarry. That is for my quarry. So, for the interests of this nation, to build a solid foundation, you must admit all what you see in is for quarry. Whoa, yo, 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 you must admit all what you see is for my quarry. Yeah, so that's two verse on the chorus.
I love it. At first, I'm gonna. Where is he going with this?
Yeah,
But I love it. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
wow, wow.
yeah.
Listen, that
Now,
one is
most
gonna
of
be
my
a
songs
hot
they
one.
take that tune with the double meaning. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one is gonna be listen, that one is
Yes.
gonna be a
So
hot one because you know
you
St.
had me.
Lucian's in the
You wanted
tongue.
me to tease?
Yes.
Yes, and
Listen,
just know
listen,
what
guys.
to say.
Yeah, listen, guys. Share the live, okay? Share the
Yes,
live, okay?
yes. Mm.
I love it.
Yes.
You know,
If,
St. Lucian's
I will be
in the
doing.
tongue.
I'll be doing some other verses for them. So, but later
Yes,
on in the
okay.
show, they can start
Yeah,
sharing.
later on. Let them
Yeah.
let's keep them coming. Let's keep them
Okay.
hype.
So as it to real estate, um, my wife and I we have been in the business for 14 years. It's nothing new. I know it like the back of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
The real estate is really land and anything which is permanently attached to it. So you look at
Mm-hmm.
real estate being land and anything permanently attached to it. So a building is real estate. A residential property is real estate, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's basically what real estate is. That's a
Mm-hmm.
simple definition of real estate. Now, in business, this is the most profitable venture that somebody could go into because whatever you purchase apart from real estate is sure to depreciate, right? A car is
Mm-hmm.
not real estate, it will depreciate. But if you buy a home, let's say you buy a home for $60,000 on the market, you did
Mm-hmm.
renovations on that property, $40,000, and then
Mm-hmm.
the valuator would come across and valuate that very same property for you, and that property may worth $175,000 or $200,000. So right away you've made 100% profit on that property,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Wow.
It is not as easy as I say because you must know what to do and how to go about doing it. It's not as easy as I say because there's a lot of things that you need to know. Um, what we really do is the aspect of sales. So we are sales agents and we act in a dual capacity where we act on behalf of the purchaser and also the vendor. The purchaser is the person buying the property, the vendor is the person selling the property. So we act
Mm-hmm.
we act on a dual capacity as agents. So that means we act on both sides of the coin. We represent both sides.
Okay, cool.
Now,
Now,
being an agent
mm-hmm.
as a there are certain things that you need. What's that?
Go ahead. And I'll answer the question later.
Yes, yes. I was saying, being a real estate agent, there are some key things that you must do. One, you must learn real estate, and what we did, we went to college for our certificates, and after the certificates, you must register with the real estate association.
Okay.
So
So
you must be a licensed realtor to
okay.
operate. There are a lot of realtors who operate without a license, but they can get themselves in a lot of problems. And
Hmm.
then, as we speak, I could tell you the problems that they can get themselves in. You must be very knowledgeable as a realtor. You just don't go and do anything. You
I
must know
understand.
your ins and outs.
So let me
Um,
ask you the question. Let me ask you this question
yeah.
before we
Any
continue.
question?
Before we get uh, so I'm hearing about the real estate and everything, but I just wanted to ask you before you get into it in depth. You went to school, and of course you into law enforcement as well, and you doing your music. What inspired
Yes.
you? What
Yes.
inspired you to get into real estate? To pursue that career in real estate? What inspired you?
Well, to be honest with you, I think all of us are looking for a life that we would call satisfactory, or a life that we would want to live that's just above the normal. And you would find that if you in law enforcement, it's not like I'm putting my job down, but it cannot give you the life, the standard of living that you'd want, right? So you must supplement it with a job. And I don't think I know any police officer who's really forward thinking that doesn't have a side hustle, right? It could be joinery, it could be driving a bus, it could be doing moonlighting, it could be farming. And I encourage it. You know why I encourage it? It keeps them out of corruption, right? Because if the pay is not that good, and you're supplementing it, that's a very good way of staying on the right side of the law, right? Because when your bills come and then you have children and you have certain things to take care of, the persons that you have to pay, they're not paying tomorrow, after tomorrow, or next week. If you don't pay your
Mm-hmm.
electricity, you'll not have any electricity by 2 days for sure,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's basically what inspired me to go into real estate. And it's something that I used to watch AGTV and a lot of things like that. So that's what really had me going into it. But I must confess, the wife is even better than me as it comes to the design and the kitchen and these things. Leave it to her,
Mm-hmm.
not me. I am about putting up the signs and the system, just like, yeah, the clerical, she's the one doing everything.
Okay, so she's the one who really does the legwork behind that real estate.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's good. So so continue with what you were saying when you said that there are some
So that was
if
the
people
inspiration. That was the inspiration.
so you were saying that some there are some people, to my understanding, that there are some people who go into real estate without a license. Tell us the repercussions of that.
Yes, there are some persons who they really put in a bad name to the licensed realtors and those realtors who are qualified to do real estate. And even if they're not licensed and they're qualified to do it through their schooling and knowledge, it's even better than just going into it. Because there are a few things like I've heard of a lot of horror stories from persons from overseas who tried to purchase land in St. Lucia and they contacted the wrong people. Some of these people, we had to correct it for them. Our company, which is Property Plaza Real Estate, had to correct it for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simple things like when purchasing a property, what are the steps?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you'd have to find out if the person is actually a St. Lucian or the person is part of the part of the member states of the Caribbean. You need to know that. OECS, right? You need to know that because they give exemptions. Some of the countries have exemptions, tax exemptions. If the person
Mm-hmm.
is not a St. Lucian and the person is not a member state of the OECS, that person would need an alien's license to purchase property in St. Lucia.
Okay.
And that is a process that you'd have to go through a lawyer to obtain the alien's land holding license, and then you'd start the process of purchase.
Okay. So give me a
Yes. So
second.
these things you need to
Let
know.
me give me a second. Let me show your
One of the things we do.
I know we a little bit delayed, but give me a second. Let me show your company on screen so that the viewers can see your company. Okay.
Not a problem.
All right. Okay. So this right here on screen should be coming up soon. Um it is Mr. Xavier's company that he runs with his wife. Okay, it's called Property Plaza Real Estate or Real Estate
Yeah, correct. Correction. Correction. My wife's company. I run with her.
Oh.
You had it the other way.
Okay, sorry. Where is she?
You have to help. You have to help the wife here. Yeah.
Okay. So why wife is not in front of the camera now? What's happening? Did you hear
What's
me?
that?
I said, why wifey not in front of the
Yes, I'm
camera?
hearing you. I had to excuse her. She had some other business to take care of that was really pressing. We
Okay.
don't like to disappoint clients.
Okay, I understand. Well, I understand that because you know me, I'm gonna call her. Come on over here. Yes, guys. So this is his company, his wife company that he's helping her with, Property Plaza Real Estate, and they have some really, really beautiful properties. I'm not going to show you some of the properties sometime, but I want to go back to what you were saying, right? I want to go back to what you were saying. You said that, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. Some
Yeah.
people, some people come
Yeah.
from,
Who do the real estate without proper knowledge of what they're doing? Yeah, they can land into
yes.
serious problems.
And not only that, you did mention that people from overseas are buying property in St. Lucia, and your company has to correct it. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Can you repeat?
I
Can you
said,
repeat?
okay, I was saying that you mentioned that some people buy property in St. Lucia from overseas and they run into a lot of problems, and your company or your wife's company has to correct that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Sometimes you'd find persons sending in monies to people directly. And I want to advise anybody who's chasing us not deal with the right, because some persons say, I send monies down, and then I haven't gotten the property up to now. The realtors take the money, they spend the people's money. It's not supposed to happen. So when you have identified a property that you want to purchase, what we do, we ask whichever lawyer that's representing you, you send the monies to the lawyer, and the lawyer would place that money on an escrow account. And you keep a receipt, because most times, if you overseas, you'll be sending a money transfer, right? Of let's say $500,000, and that will go to the lawyer account. Upon all the documents reaching the lawyer, and the vendor is ready to go and to sign off the property onto your name, on that very day the property is signed off onto your name, the monies will be transferred to the vendor by the lawyer. So a note or lesson book that the realtor did for you, you're not supposed to send any monies down to any realtor. Yes, so that's what it is. So
Wow.
sometimes we find clients who did not know what it was, and we have some dishonest realtors who use their money, and a lot of stories I don't even want to repeat because it's not even good for our name as a company. Yeah. And also an advice to all realtors: if you're not an expert in on any field, do not advise people. Some persons, they sell land and they tell you that's the land. You're not a surveyor. For you to say that's the land, you must get a surveyor to raise the land. So this is the map sheet, this is the survey plan, this is the land register. That's a document which states that which states the ownership of the said property. So you would need these documents, and you'd show the person pegs of the property. When you show the person the pegs of the property, if that person is building, that person still need to raise the pegs for the contractor, because you do not want, as it has happened already, for your house to be on two lots, on your lot and the neighbor lot. You see
Wow,
that
that
lawsuit
happened.
there?
That's crazy. So these things happen in St.
So you
Lucia.
need to raise the peg, and the only person that can do that for you professionally is a land surveyor.
Wow. I'm bloodied.
So these are some of the
So,
problems that you find in that happened down here already. I saw a house that was built on two lots because the realtor go and show the contractor where the lot it was, and the realtor could be sued because you cannot show persons pegs. Right? It has
wow.
to be a licensed surveyor.
Mm. I'm just sitting here listening to you. I'm
Yes.
thinking, that is kind of like it's wild. It's wild. It is wild because um let me say before we continue, let me
Yes,
say
yes,
hello
yes,
to
yes. It's
let me say hello to my viewers. I want to say hello to Martha Elliott is watching. I want to say Francis Garcia Snag is watching. Joseph Leonards and Sean James. Welcome to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. Of course, my phone is gonna act crazy. Yeah. So we are having a conversation with Mr. Kakal Xavier. Most of you know him in St. Lucia, and he's a realtor, he's an entertainer, he is a songwriter, and also what else? He is a police officer in law enforcement. Okay, so Kakal, we you have touched on a lot, and I'm just you sitting there and you're just blowing my mind because I'm thinking of the different scenarios in my head based on what you're saying. I don't know too much about real estate, okay? I don't know too much about real estate. So you giving me a broad idea of what it is all about, and
yeah.
especially St. Lucia, how it is done, because up here is a bit different, I think, with the infrastructure. So which will take me to my next question. um, what are the biggest challenges you have faced in St. Lucian real estate, in the market, in your real estate? In your real estate. Somebody tell me it's not real, it's real.
Okay. There are a lot of challenges. Number one, Saint Lucia is a very small place,
Mhm.
and what you'd find sometimes you put up a sign somewhere, and another realtor, and they do that a lot to our business. Another realtor would try to find out who is the owner of the property that you just placed the sign on, and they would try to get that property, right? Especially those persons who have not built a reputation, so they'll go about doing these things, and you just laugh because the owner would call you and tell you, "Hey, somebody's trying to get that property," and I had to decline. Some of them they would try to give you bad reviews by going online and creating a fake profile and commenting under your post because good to do. So you get some of these challenges, but it's nothing that I cannot handle. It's nothing that I cannot handle.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. So
I have faced a few dishonest clients too. And you must know how to settle the issues amicably, because you do not want any um, bad blood between you and clients. But you must
Mhm.
know, they must know it's business, and you must know how to go about just getting to a amicable solution.
Yeah, and in any business, you have to know how to deal with your customers. You have to know how to deal with clients because at the end of the day, sometimes one bad review can cost you a lot. So you have to know how to deal with situations and like that. Uh, what I want to
You are
show some of your properties.
you are very correct. Yeah.
Go ahead.
What we do with our business, it's very unique. We have clients in the New York Basin. We have clients all around America, all around America. But the New York Basin, you know, the little solutions there who just want their stuff back home, so they check us. Canada, we have a few clients in Canada and also in England. Other countries around the world, we still have clients, but I'm just saying that's our main hubs. What we try to do is to extend to the French markets too, and it's through influencers and through other means. But we've been doing.
Wonderful. Now let me take a moment to ask you about the properties that you sell. What I you showed me a view to this afternoon and it was breathtaking. And I can imagine that St. Lucia, with all its beautiful scenery, is a hub.
Yes, we have some real wonderful.
Yes. So tell me about your recent real estate. You talked to me about that earlier. Your property, your real estate,
What's that?
your recent property, your recent property. Tell me one of your recent properties. About one of your recent properties.
Oh yes. Okay, yeah, I sent you a photo. This is a 1.1 acre property we have at a place called Mont Blanc, with
Mm-hmm.
a breathtaking view of paradise. Imagine you come from work and you sit in that view, just taking off your shoe, and there's nothing more that you want.
I am going to show it on the screen. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm going to show it on the screen
Nothing
because
more.
I think that you guys need to see that piece of property. Okay.
But we have much more. We have much more. So we'll send them to our page, which is Property Plaza Real Estate on Facebook and also on Instagram.
Mm. I'm going to the entire screen. Oh Jesus. I can't find it. Why can't I find? Oh, there we go. Aha! There we go, people. There we go. Listen, this.
Wow,
Where did you say?
that's your that's
Go ahead.
library.
Wow.
That's library, and it's a panoramic view. You know the camera is not bird's eye, so that's what I could have captured with it.
That is beautiful. So, how many offers have you got to know?
Yes, yes. Breathtaking. Well, it's like free. We have it like 4 days now, and we
Hmm.
just placed it on our page 4 days ago, and we're getting a lot of traction. A lot of traction.
Wow. This is
Yeah,
really
so it is
gorgeous.
1.1 acre, and it's
Uh-huh.
negotiable. Um, St. Lucian calling to purchase it. We make an offer and we take it. There are other properties near it. There is road access, there is electricity, internet.
Mm. I could imagine. I'm just thinking about that view if I stand up there. I don't think I'll go anywhere for a couple. Just bask in that view. Oh my
You don't want to go
goodness.
anywhere. Your home is a hotel. You
Yes.
could be in a plywood shack, but your home is a hotel.
My
Just looking out
goodness.
of your window. You don't want to go anywhere.
So
Yeah.
so I want to take you a little deeper. How has tourism impacted the real estate industry in St. Lucia? Did you hear me?
Well, real estate in St. Lucia is now being done by the aspect now, and they're doing so. Yes, I heard you.
Okay.
I heard you. Yeah, as I was saying, real estate right now is being done by the government of St. Lucia, because they have Invest St. Lucia, and they also have the CIP unit where they sell properties too. So, with that being said, the linkage is even greater with them than in my opinion, than just a realtor or a company standing on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine it's the government with all the, and you as just standing alone have to go through the processes through the government to get it done. How efficient you think it will be for you as just an individual? Yeah, so
True.
that's my take on it. Tourism, I think tourism is adding positively to real estate in St. Lucia, because the more persons come into St. Lucia, they drive around. You get some taxi drivers. Sometimes they know you're into real estate, contact you and ask you if you know of or do you have, and then you'd be talking directly to certain persons. Some persons call you via the internet to find out what properties you have. So I think it is positively impacting um, real estate to an extent.
That's beautiful. I could imagine that as well. I could think that would be positive for St. Lucia to see that. We know we are a small island, and as much as we have beautiful scenery, we also need some really eye-catching infrastructure that will keep people coming. Because right now, um, Airbnb is a big thing, and I understand that a lot of people are doing Airbnb, and we need to have decent structures for that. So I kind of really see where you can you know, real estate can really benefit St. Lucia. Um, so, Kakal, let's take a moment. I'm going to ask you this. How has where should I go with this? How has your career in real estate allowed you to give back to the community or help others find a home?
Wow. Okay. We're doing a lot. Property Plaza is doing a lot, a lot, a lot. As we speak of just today, we sponsored. We don't put it on social media for everybody to know we're doing it, because I think if you do it out of the heart, you do post it, and then you put the recipient for everybody to see. We do sponsor schools, for schools, and as a co-owner of the business, I also do lectures at the schools. When they have career showcase, I go to mostly all the secondary schools and I give out lectures on real estate to the children, those who are interested in real estate.
Yeah, that's a good
So for the year, I'd probably
initiative.
do at least 4 classes, 4 5 classes. Yeah, various schools like yeah.
Wow, that's really a good initiative
And I
because
try to make
as
the lectures as
go ahead.
Yeah, I
I
try
am
to make
part
it
of.
as exciting as possible,
Mhm.
very interactive as possible too, because some persons, the attention span of young children, what it is. So I try to make it as interactive as possible. And most times, when it's time for them to end the class, they don't want to end it at all. They want to continue because they hate money, and they like, yeah, that's what they're working for. So
Wow. That's really a good initiative to get the kids involved, because at the end of the day, like you said in the beginning, um, we cannot just survive on just one form of income. And even if we go to school and we are taught, like, go to
yes,
school, get a new job, get a job, so you could help yourself. But in this economy, in this day and age, one income does not sustain. No, not one doesn't
not
sustain
at
that.
all, not at all.
Yes, yes. So, Kaka, before we continue, I would like to take a moment, because I've been posting it on my social media, and I think it's only fair because these are matters that are important to me. So I want to take a moment. Let me find my slide. I want to take a moment to make the public aware of something. Okay, I I I've been posting it on my social media page, and for the benefit of those of you who do not know, I have hold on one second. I'm getting a little, yeah, okay. There we go. So give me one second. So I have been posting a flyer about a missing person, okay? And every life is worthwhile. We are all precious in God's eyes, and every life is worthwhile. And when one of ours is missing, we need to do whatever we can to help find that person. So let me share my screen to show you that we have been posting that we have an older man who is missing in St. Lucia, and he has been missing since on the 11th of May. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and let me see what I can get. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen right here. He's been missing since on the May 11th, and his name is Augustine Fontenelle. He's from Graceview Fort. He's 67 years old. His occupation is a farmer, and he's been missing. So they are organizing search party for this Saturday and Sunday. That is the 31st and the 1st of June, to go out and look for him. It is important, that everybody lend a hand, because this man he has, I think he has, based on the information that I got, that he has a bit of dementia, and so maybe he couldn't find his way home. Maybe he's injured. We don't know what is happening with him. So we would like the public to come out in droves wherever you are in the surrounding areas. You can come from as far as Castries, wherever you're from. Just help organize, because we want the family to have a little bit of closure. We want them to know what's happening, and we hoping that we can find him alive rather than deceased. So help the family with that search, okay? And they're going to be meeting by Mamos' Yard in Grace. So do your utmost best to help in that search for this elderly man, okay? And so, with that said, I am going to stop sharing the screen. So, you can find also that on my social media page. You can also find it on my WhatsApp. I'm always promoting, I'm always bringing
Miss
awareness.
Cindy,
Go ahead.
let me just add, the police have been doing a lot. We just conducted some patrols in the
Mm-hmm.
area for the missing persons,
Mm-hmm.
also some searches. So we've been doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good, because the family is really, really worried about him, and it's been anybody who has a family member missing, it's going to be taxing on them, you know. So we ask that everybody show their support and just go out and help as much as they can. We could be anywhere, okay? So go find. So with that said, Kakal, you know I'm gonna mess with you right now. You just sang a little bit of your song. Give us something else. Give us something else. Let the let the viewers see what you have to offer, because I know you said that you had to go up, but you were sick with the flu, because when I spoke to you earlier you were not feeling well at all. So give us a little bit of you give us a verse and the chorus. So give us a little bit more. Let them get a taste of what they're gonna get when that song come out. Let's go.
Cindy, I ain't performed the song yet.
I don't
That's
know.
the
I want to hear. I mean,
first place on your show I sang the song. Now, persons who see on social media would say, "Oh, that's what he's coming up with. That's what he's coming out with." So that's the first place. Um, yes. So I did a verse and a chorus already. Probably a little late. I can probably drop another verse, but I want to make it a surprise for the South Calypso tent.
okay. So
Although
give
it's
us
no longer a
something else.
surprise, I've
Give us
already done
something
it, but I
else.
want to leave a little.
So no, give us something
What's
else. You
that?
know you have plenty songs. You have plenty songs. Give us something else.
Something else? What song do you want to hear?
I don't know. You have
Which one?
plenty
Let me go
songs.
on the internet now. You don't know?
I don't know. I
You
just
have to
know
tell
I
me
love
what
your
song you
song.
want. I have a million songs.
Just choose one and go.
Choose
Guys,
one
we are
and go.
listening
Okay.
to.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
get
In
one.
order to catch the legendary monster, a man cuts the tuna in half to use as bait.
That's now. I'm trying to get the music so it will sound better. Yes. So,
A newborn wildebeest had just entered
So if you're
the
just
world of
joining us, we are speaking with Mr. Kakal Xavier. He is Mr. Calix Kakal Xavier. He is a famous entertainer in St. Lucia. He also does real estate, and he is a songwriter as well. And I had him sing, the first verse of his new song. So we don't want to give too much of the song, like he said. So we're trying to wait for him to give us another thing. But I want to say, yes, Martha, thank you. Welcome. You know, I do that. I would do that, in a heartbeat, because everybody needs to know, needs to help in that search party. So, yes, and it was really refreshing to hear that. She said it was very comforting to hear that Kaka said that they're actively looking for him. Yes, so it's being done. So, you ready?
you ready for me? Okay, I have one track that I did in it's a long time ago, 2008. Called Party Mashuppers. That's one of my songs that really persons. It's really
Some guys they enter the dance for free. To buy a drink, they have no money. As soon as sessions are getting tight, they are the same ones who burst a fight. We are gonna give them this. How back out your book? How back out your back? How back out your biddy, 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 boom. Biddy, 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 biddy.
Cindy, you're making my voice go.
Sorry. Listen, guys, Kaka has a cold.
Yeah, Cindy, you're making my voice go, Cindy.
I'm sorry, baby. Kaka
Let me
has
get
a
some water.
cold. So excuse it. And not only that, it's raining in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
So if you see we are delayed in speaking, because it's the rain is
What's
affecting the internet connection. So, but I just had to put him on the spot
okay?
like that.
Understood. Understood.
So we have
I know
Jeremy
you like
Carey.
doing me that.
Yeah, so listen, Kaka, let's transition into your songwriting career, since we just listened to a song. So um I know the last time you were here, it was really exciting because you sang one of your songs, one of your new songs, of course. I was making this song to sing one of your new songs, lyrics. So, what are some of the common messages that you aim to express in your music?
Yes, before we go into songwriting, let me just close with the real estate. I want
No.
persons to go onto Property Plaza. Internet. Yes, I think the internet is. Yes, we're back.
Go ahead.
Yes, I didn't. Can you please repeat the question?
Go ahead and tell me about Property Plaza because it's what is going on the screen. It has your the
Can you please repeat
telephone
the
number.
question?
Okay. I was asking you about your
Well, as
go ahead. Guys, Kaka was
I
about to
still didn't
tell
get
us
the
what.
question. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that. I
So
still didn't get the question.
that's okay. So I'm gonna ask it again. I was asking you, how has what are some of the common themes that you aim to express through your music?
What are some of the most common things that
What are the common themes or the messages that you
what are the
aim to
most
express?
common things that I
What are some of the common messages? I'll say messages. What are some of the
in
common
song?
messages that? Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, I find myself, as I said, I'm a father, husband, concerned citizen of St. Lucia. I find myself being a strong advocate for social issues, things that affect people, and not only myself, but affect every St. Lucia. So, exposing these issues, hoping that it could fall on some ears that could probably rectify some of these issues. So some of my songs may say that it's strong content, social commentary for, because if it's affecting me, it's affecting a neighbor, it's affecting somebody who's even less privileged than I am. Right? So it's not only for myself or entertainment purposes, but I make sure that my songs have strong message in it that could help somebody. Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people could benefit from the messages because a lot of us, like you said, we are facing so many social issues in our little island, and so a lot of people, although they're expressive, but we have to get it out there in the public and let connect with our fans, connect with people to let them know that we understand what you are facing. So that's very important. So you said you're a father. How has songwriting given you the platform to uplift and influence your family and your local people in the community?
Yes, it is very true. Social media is catfishing the problems. Social media is catfishing the problems. Most times you look at social media, you feel like everything looks nice and dandy. It's like somebody you meet. That's just like the issues down here. Persons you'd see with luxurious vehicles and mansions, and but there are certain persons who are scrunching and they cannot afford it. These things they need to be remedied. Somebody may say it's not your concern, but whatever affects a neighbor or a citizen, it will one day reach your doorstep. It will one day reach neighbor who a family who lives next door to you who does not have food to eat. Would you say that you don't care? You cannot say you don't
But,
care because they're looking at you now to enter your homes.
mm,
You understand? So
mhm.
there must be a way that everybody could get a little piece of the cake, and everybody could
Yep.
live happily.
So that's
I don't
true.
understand.
So what are some of the initiatives that you've taken to help the people in the community?
Well, I was fortunate to be working in a department called the CPU, which is the Community Policing Unit, where occasionally we would we did deliver 200 baskets um, in collaboration with the Salvation Army in the southern area. And with the police, we did an activity which was held on the 12th of December. We did over 60 hampers, and these hampers were not like hampers with not. Hello? Yeah, these hampers were very good hampers with everything that you'd want for a kitchen and a decent meal.
I'm here with you. I'm here.
Yes, yes. What we do to, on a personal level, I must say it's really, really, really heartbreaking walking through the streets. Sometimes you would have to give so much before you reach your home. You pray that you move in a vehicle instead of just walking the streets, because somebody is always in need of something, and some of these people you cannot pass them straight. So
Yes.
that's what we've been doing. Yeah, and as I said, our business from our the real estate standpoint, we do a lot of charitable sponsorship.
Wow. That's very commendable. That is very, very commendable. I want once
We
again want
don't
to
place it.
apologize.
We don't place it on We do
What's
not
that?
place it on social media because we do not like to place it on social media because I find sometimes persons donate things to people and they show in the person's face on social media. I think it's very humiliating to do that. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think if you have given the person something, keep the person's face off social media or the internet, wherever, just to
Yes,
keep them off.
yeah, protect their dignity. Sometimes people don't want people to know that they're going through stuff, and it's hard enough that sometimes people it's hard enough that people will find it like climbing a mountain to just ask you for help. So when they get that, they don't have. So I understand what you're saying. I
Yes,
do.
yes.
Um, You guys are taking on a lot, and I'm so proud of you for not just God has blessed you and your family, and you doing music. You are doing so many things, and you don't keep it to yourself. You see, like you said, you're a community oriented person, you're a family man, and then you see the need to help the community, and that alone is going to go a long way because people are going to your reputation, whether in your business, in your entertainment or personal, is going to succeed you. So hats off to you on your wife for taking that on. And do you do you guys get like help from other, like your collaborative other with other people to do the give the hampers?
What we did, we partnered with the church. We partnered with groups, also police officers themselves. And as you go on a report and you meet somebody and the person is really in need, and we try to meet the most needy people in the community. What we try to do too, there are certain persons. We went to the village council. There are certain persons who are already on a list of receiving hampers. So we didn't want to give them these very sons hampers. So we went the other way around. We went to the social services. We did a lot. We did a lot. But we really reached some person that were really needing of hampers and they had not gotten hampers before. It was hard work, but we got it done.
I could imagine the legwork behind this, and to find those people who really need it was tedious. I could imagine.
As you saying, I believe if you have knowledge and you keep it to yourself, like with the show that you have, it's always wise to share information, share experiences, share knowledge. It can help somebody down the line. What I did, I was recently transferred to library, and I must say hats off to the stakeholders, all the stakeholders of the library village. I put together a music and performance symposium for the performers, the young performers of library. And we did it in stages where the performers would come up with an idea, and from that idea, we would write a song. From writing the song, we would put the music to the song, go to the studio, and also release the song. Now, we also taught them how to do videography. And if you look at the DBS page, you would see I going about doing that. And it was that was done on a Sunday. That's my off day that I'm taking to go and get that done. So you must have a very strong family to allow that to happen. So hats off to the wife and the children. Most of the
Absolutely.
time, they're the one taking the heat of everything. You
Wow.
understand? If you
That's
don't have that
beautiful.
support, it cannot
Yeah, that
happen.
warms my heart. Wow, that warms my
And I
heart
like doing
because
it. Nobody have
and
asked me to do it. That's things I like doing. I like to change a
well,
life. I like to see somebody coming back to me and tell me, hey, I learned that from you.
mm-hmm. And that's good, Kakal, because behind the man, behind everything else, like you said, we need to know that, we paid forward, see, we paid forward. So I am so, it really warms my heart to hear you doing that, because a lot of people, they learn and they don't pass on the information, like they don't educate other people. A lot of people like to keep things to themselves. It is important that whatever knowledge we have, we pass it on so that the coming generation is going to excel.
Yeah, nobody taught me. Nobody taught me. I learned on my own. And I realized if somebody had taught me that before, I'd be much further than I am now. Right? I did it trial and error. But now I'm presenting you with the refined knowledge. Take it and run with it.
Beautiful, beautiful. I want to say natural
Take it
vibes
and
are
run with it.
essential.
Yeah.
Natural vibes are essential. Say good night,
I find
masters.
St. Lucia has a lot of talent. And take for example, yes, I was saying St. Lucia have a lot of talent. And we need to find a way, a strategy to create an environment where young persons could nurture their talent, grow it, grow the talent to an acceptable level, probably national, international, and then we could start exporting the talent. Because too many times we raise our kids and we always tell our kids, go to school, get a job, save your money. You know the cliche type of thinking. And what we don't understand that we are making our children slave to the system. We need to grow their minds. We need to let them know. Nobody taught me that, but now I know that I want to teach you that business is the way to go, and not just nationally, but internationally, because you have access to the internet, you have access to so many things that was not there before. So you could get that global reach. So it's not about somebody in St. Lucia saying, "Gas, mwen pa eme kakal, mak achete un liv di wile me kakal." You understand?
Say
It's
it in
it's
English.
it's a wider thinking. You
Yes.
understand? So
Yes.
that's how you survive. Why you laughing, Cindy?
I said say it in English, what you
Cindy, why
said
are you
in past.
laughing? Yeah, I'm saying like it's not about somebody saying that you have a grocery store and they will not patronize your store. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? If you're online, persons from Africa, they don't need to know who you are to purchase from you. If you put somebody from America, don't need to know who you are to purchase from you. You know, the small mentality, the village mentality, the town mentality, the country mentality, that you have to leave that and walk away from it. Yeah.
Yes.
Think international.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with
That's what
in
that's
this day,
that's where you aspire to be.
yes, and in this day and age where everything is advanced and everything is modernized, it's everything is moving so quickly. So we have to keep pace with the times and with the growth and with the modernization. So we have to do that. And natural vibes are essential. So
Exactly.
definitely, my brother. Wow, that's beautiful. I love it. I love it. The last time we spoke, I saw the passion in you. I saw the passion in you to help, and it sometimes it was almost sad because I know you want to do more. I know you want to do more, but sometimes we are limited. These are in what we can do. So that's why I ask about that collaboration, because if more people can get in tune and to work with you, then we can make this a very big thing for the young people, to be able to grow and to learn and to go international. Like you said, St. Lucia has a a trove of talent. We are talented people, and we cannot just be confined to our little island. We gotta broaden, we gotta spread our wings. There's so many opportunities everywhere, and we have to be on the map, not just one place but everywhere. Yeah.
You're so correct. That's my thinking. And in
Yeah.
not only one aspect, we had a show at Library, which was called Library Got Talent. It was organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports. I was a judge at that event. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was 3 consecutive Sundays, so you had the first leg, then the semifinals and the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And we in that show we taught the performers how to grow. I must say, some persons who took part have grown tremendously from when they just came in to audition. From there, we want to get them into videography, producing their own music videos. Well, we had different talents. We had musicians, we had models, we had let me break down the musicians. We had persons playing the keyboard and singing. We had persons playing the steel pan. We had a choir. Different. We had the no, the steel workers were not in it, but we have steel workers in the library. And all these things, we need to harness that potential, make them better at their craft, and market them, and also monetize them. Okay, and
Absolutely.
we need to,
Absolutely.
so it's an ongoing program with them. Show them what it is. And let me tell you, the young persons are willing to learn. They sit down with their mouths open, drinking,
Wow.
because they never thought that it was so intense.
Wow. So do you work with other people collectively as a group? Is there a name for the group, or do you just take it on yourself and call on some people
Yeah,
and say, "Hey, let's do it"?
surprisingly, I do. No, well, I work with other persons with various businesses, like Island Studios, um, Audio Lab. He has a studio. I'd call him in to give some tutorials to the young persons. I would call um, another person who owns a videographer company to come in. Um, just subcontractors call them in to make it happen. And surprisingly, everybody is willing to come to make it happen. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. And I cannot stress enough how beneficial this is going to be for the young people. Because whether you know what, I'm on the line. So I just was my train of thought. I was saying that this is going to be so beneficial for the young people because instead of being on the streets and doing, the wrong things, they have something to look forward to. That's something that they could take and run with it and possibly build a career or something that they like to do out of it. So I think this is really great that, and once, especially the children, you are, I could say, a role model to those kids because they've seen how far you've come. Okay? Don't think that children are not watching. They're watching and they're looking. Sometimes when we think they're not doing their research, they do their research. So they're looking up to you as a role model. And it is very commendable of you to show them, hey, I'm not just doing this out there. I am here to help you as well and to help you grow and to help you excel, sorry. So I mean that's really I'm really proud of you, Kakal. I'm really proud of you. Really. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear him or you can hear me, guys, it's a lot of rain in St. Lucia right now, and then he
Yeah, I can
has.
hear you now.
Okay, go ahead. Did you hear my comment?
Yes, I heard. I heard. Yeah, the children are
Oh,
watching.
yes. Yes, I'm saying that you're a role model to them, and you do not only they children watch, they do their research, and then they know who you are. So not only are you doing those all of these things, but you are taking an interest in them and to help them grow and to help them excel in whatever they want to do. And that's gonna go a long way for the kids. It's gonna go a long way. Instead of having them out there doing extracurricular activities, you stabilizing them.
Yes, yes. And you know, you go to school, and one thing they don't teach you at the school is how to make money. They teach you everything except how to make the money.
That's true. That's true. That is so true. Still have that slavery mentality is still there. Oh my goodness. But let us I know I know we've talked a lot about so many different things, but Kakal, I want to also talk about your music a little bit, right? No, not your music, but your life, your journey in law enforcement as a police officer. Listen, guys, I just want to express my apologies because we're having a lot of delayed connection. Like I said, it's raining where he is. The weather is not good, and so our communication is delayed. So he's not hearing me at the moment that I am speaking. So he have to listen. He have to wait a little bit, and then he answers. So if you heard me, Kakal, I was asking about your life in law enforcement. Tell a little bit about that and how what I know in the interim you said you've been doing it for a couple of years now. So how long do you plan to continue and what's next?
I am 28 years in the service. I can wake up tomorrow and retire. But it's something that I like doing. The journey has been like a roller coaster. I think sometimes law enforcement clashes with my entertainment and my advocacy as a entertainer. Sometimes I would be very passionate about certain things which affect the entire country. And persons with power abuse their power sometimes, and that's just what it is. It has been a roller coaster journey for me, but I'm still holding on. I love my job. I do my job. Sometimes you'd get comments that sometimes I laugh at. After all what comment, like after all what they do him, he's still coming down to do the work.
That shows integrity on your part.
That's just me.
Mhm.
I cannot be getting paid and not doing the work that I'm paid to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
I choose at this point in time not to even really talk. I choose my best not to even talk about it.
That's why I ask you a very
Probably when I'm
simple
out of it, I can start talking and
question.
saying exactly what they need to do to fix it. But these organizations how they operate. Yeah.
That's why I ask you one pointed question
And I don't
at
put
that
any
end.
words in my mouth to say.
No.
I know exactly what you're trying, Cindy, but I just have to tell you what it is. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think people should have seen controversies over the media with me singing. And I don't believe as an entertainer, if I am acting in the capacity of an entertainer, nobody can tell me where to sing and what to sing. If it is not
Exactly.
derogatory and it's not insulting anyone, you will not tell me what to sing. No matter who you are, you will not tell me where to sing and what to sing.
Because you
As
are an
simple as that.
entertainer.
And I make no bones about it.
Amen. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Beautiful. Well, Kakal, is there anything else? If is there anything you want to leave the viewers with?
Exactly. I'm
Because
an your ears or get out of the place.
Yes. Like I always tell people, there are people
Yeah.
have to know their place and stay in it.
Yeah, and sing the simple songs, you will go on the internet.
Go ahead. I'm listening to you
As I
because
was
I know we
saying,
did.
that was the I sung, yes, I sang two songs last year, Calypso competition. One was entitled Jack Ask, entitled My Screwdriver. And these two songs, I do not know, it really hit certain persons below the belt. And certain persons got upset and they did what they had to do, but that's okay. They can't stop me from doing what I have to do. That's just what it is.
It's almost like me writing a poem based on my feelings, and somebody's telling me, well, you should not recite that poem because I don't like it.
Feel that way. Yes, or you should not feel that way.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it's like bullying. It's like bullying, right? Like you
Hmm.
write something, you create something, and somebody's telling you should have done it that way, or I don't like it. If you don't like it, that's your business for not liking it. That's my creation.
Yep. We need to be able to, like I said, this
Yeah, we need to
let
respect
your
one
voice
another.
be heard. Respect people,
And the
respect
funny thing is that I do not go to them and tell them I don't like certain things about them or whatever they have
respect.
because I have utmost respect for them.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. So we have talked about a lot of things, and we don't want to go into all of this because we can talk about so many things. But I just want to commend you on the initiatives that you're taking with the young people, your real estate, and you and your wife, because
So many things. Yeah.
yeah, we can be burnt in so many different areas. I know I've been burnt in so many different areas. So when we have trustworthy people who are willing to go the extra mile to see that we are getting what we pay for, and we are they're looking out for the kids in society, they're doing the job as a civil servant like you are, and of course you're keeping the people lively, entertaining them with that pothole. So I think it is really, 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 you are exemplary. You are. And I want to tell you to continue the fine work that you are doing. Continue. So,
Thank you
you
very
know
much.
what?
Thank you very much. It's a passion. It's not something that I'm faking. It's just from the heart. Something that I like doing. And they say, Cindy, one thing they have said, and I don't know if it's from my mind or if I read it in a book before. Yes, Cindy, as I was saying, I do not know if it's from my mind or if it's from a book I read it. The saying goes like, the moment you stop doing what you love, what you like, your passion, you begin to die.
Yep. All eyes on you. Go ahead. Oh, something biting
So
my
if there
back.
is anything that you love doing and you're passionate about it, continue. That's what picks you up the following day. You always do have something to look forward to. People fall into depression because of these things. They stop doing what they like. They put their life around persons or things. So they
That
lose
is
their
true.
focus. You
That
need to
is true.
know what makes you happy and continue to do the things that makes you happy.
That is a true
What brings you
and
happiness
valid. That is a true and valid
is in,
statement. Very true. So
yes.
leave us with some final thoughts.
Okay. I love serving people. It's not something that I really thought that it is something that said to me. And then I realized, I said, but that's the truth. I found myself like every day doing so much for people and asking myself, I'm not getting paid to do that. So why am I doing it? Somebody asked me to do this for them. I'm getting it done, pushing the processes for people, getting things going for people. And I got understand that probably on this place, on this earth, to serve people in whatever capacity that I can. And the person who really brought that up to me was my wife, who once told me that probably that's what your calling is, to help people, to serve people. Right? And that's something I like doing. I don't keep anything that I know to myself. I think it's being selfish, and there must be somewhere in the Bible that states it's a sin. There must be some place in the Bible who speaks of that.
It did say that we have to
So
look out for the interests of others.
imagine you have knowledge and you die and it goes to the cemetery.
There are
Yes.
many rich people in the cemetery rotting there, and they never get to their full potential. Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And a lot of things. Yeah. They say that's the biggest library, the cemetery, but you cannot access it because all the
Hmm.
knowledge. A lot of persons had knowledge of things that they went there with and they never pass it on. You know?
Hmm.
It's very selfish to
That
do that.
that is true.
Yeah.
Wow. So Kaka, we have come to the final end part of the show. So you did say you're gonna give us a little something. More better, eh? More better.
Ozan,
With the more better, you say you were gonna give us a little bit of something before we go.
we will get for our party. I'm not too well.
But listen, guys, he's not too well. But
Yes, I'm not too well. I'm not too well. I'm
if
not too
you
well.
want to hear just a little bit, okay, of what he has to offer, we're not gonna let the cat out of the bag. He gave a little taste at the beginning of the show. So go back to the beginning and you're going to hear about just a little snippet of his new song. And guys, listen, it's hot. It's hot. So I would like you to take,
Yeah,
I like you to
Calypso, Calypso.
yeah, Calypso, support Kakal, support him in his endeavors, and reach out to him in any way that you can. If you're thinking of a real estate, then hey, Property Plaza real estate is the place to go. Beautiful properties. I wish I could show you all some of the wonderful properties that he has. Because but you can go on his Facebook page, uh, Property Plaza Real Estate. Okay.
Instagram also.
Instagram as well. Oh, I didn't get the Instagram part, but also you can Gmail him at
Yes,
Property
we got
Plaza
what you
7.
want. We end your
Yeah,
search.
absolutely. So go on there and also support his initiative in the community. Like he said, he was transferred from wherever he was to Labrie, and he's doing amazing things with the children there. Go out and support him. Let him know that you appreciate what he's doing and lend a hand, because each one teach one. Reach out to others and show that we care about each other. A lot of times, sometimes we have moments that we just think about us. And I'm not going to say others. I'm including myself in everything because I'm not perfect, you understand? So but we have to think of others, look for the interests of others, and lend a hand, pay it forward like he is doing. He has achieved a lot, he has been blessed with a lot of things, and he's paying it forward. Like he said, his passion is to help other people. And if we can help others who are helping others, then guess what, our cup will never stop overflowing. Never. So, guys, I would like to thank you guys for being on Poetry and Perspective with Placide. If you want to reach Kakal, the information is at the bottom of the screen, so it's and you can go back and look at it. Sadly enough, I really also want to apologize again because it's raining in St. Lucia and his internet service is really giving problem. But we stuck in there, okay? We stuck in there and we worked it out. So just take your time and go back to this live and listen to what he has to say because he made some really valid points and he let us in on a little things that we probably didn't know what was happening in St. Lucia or what he was doing to give back to the community. So support. I'm big on support. I would like to tell you guys, please share my life. I like he said, we have to look out for interest, we have to give back. I am doing this show because it's a passion for me. I love doing this show because it helps me connect with people. It helps me give information. It helps me give back in the way that I can. And so I'm asking that you share my lives, you subscribe to my page. Please give a star or two because it only takes 99 cents for a star, 29 cents. $1 to give some stars and just show appreciation for what I'm doing here because I'm not doing this just for me. I'm doing this for my viewers so that I could bring information to not only people in St. Lucian community but to also expose what St. Lucians are doing and how we are benefiting from each other, okay? And that in itself will help us grow as a people, okay? So please share, comment, subscribe, like, and give some stars, please. Okay. So, listen, guys, it was a pleasure to speak with Mr. Xavier tonight. And I'm hoping that under other circumstances, maybe we can have him another time again so that we could have, and maybe it could be him being up here and coming up here and we could, chat and stuff like that. So, I'm really appreciative of him. And he has always shown that his interest is in the people in the community. And so, we have to give people their flowers while they are still alive. And I'm giving yours to you. Okay. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for putting your best foot forward. I wouldn't say that you're a millionaire, but you before the little that you have, you give back. And that's what matters. So thank you. With that said, guys, I would like to let you know that this is the end of the show. But always before I leave you with this. Failure should never ever be your finality. It should be the new chapter for growth and success for you. Every step you take should be, even every little fail, it should be one step forward towards your success. So have a good night, everyone. Again, let your voice be heard. Reach out to Cindy Placide. Send me a message. Let me know that you want to be on the show, whether you're in St. Lucia or you up here in the United States or wherever you are. Please reach out to me. Let me know you have a story to tell. You have something is happening. Allow me to be the one to tell your story for you. I love you guys. Mr. Xavier, have a good night and give your regards to your wife and tell her I commend her on the work she's doing as a realtor. Okay. I will talk to you soon. Have a good
Good
night.
night to the viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in. Not a problem. Thank you very much. Okay. Bye, everyone.